everybody, I am Pavni Chaturvedi and welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel. I am back in front of you with the second chapter of science, that is matter around us pure? This is the second chapter of chemistry as well. If you have seen my previous video of class 9th science, which is matter in our surrounding, then you would know that matter is each and everything which have volume as well as mass. And matter can be classified on the basis of its physical property and chemical property. In the first chapter, we learned that we learn about physical property, the classification of matter on its physical property. That is state of matter, which is solid, liquid, and gas. Now, in this chapter, we are going to know and we are going to learn about the classification of matter on the basis of chemical property, which are elements, compounds, and mixture. So let's start the video with the first point, which is pure matter. On the daily uses products, there is written pure word, for example, pure milk. So what does this pure mean? Pure means that this milk do not have any adulteration. Adulteration means milavat. So this milk do not have any adulteration. That is why this is pure. But in the language of science or in the language of chemistry, this milk is also not pure. This milk is also not pure. But why? Let's see what is pure actually means in chemistry. Pure means that any matter which is only consists of only one kind of component is called pure matter. Only one kind of components. Only one kind of pure components. So pure matter is everything which is made up of only single kind of pure matter. For example, zinc, copper, etc. So these both are pure matter because they do not have any other different compounds in it. Now we know what are pure matter. Now we will see that what are mixtures. Pure are something different and mixtures are something different because mixture and impure are both same. Keep in mind, mixtures, we know that in pure there are only one kind of component, but in mixture there are two or more than two different kind of components, different kind of pure components. For example, if we take brass, which is an alloy. So brass is consist of zinc and copper. Zinc and copper. So zinc is present in higher amount. Copper is present in large amount and zinc in a small amount. So mixture is the combination of two different pure substances. Now we will see types of mixture. Mixture is clear that what is mixture? Mixture is a combination of two or more than two different types of components. Now types of mixtures. There are two types of mixtures. Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. In homogeneous mixture, homo means same, genus means phase. this same, they are same in kind of, suppose we take salt and dissolve it in water. So we cannot see the salt and water in different phases. Salt is completely dissolved in water. We cannot see salt particles with our naked eyes. So when a solute is completely dissolved in solvent and we get the solution which in which we are not able to see their component with our naked eyes. We are not able to differentiate the components. So this is known as homogeneous mixtures. On the other hand, heterogeneous mixture is when we dissolve something in solvent, then we get a solution. For example, we put some sand in the water. What will happen that after some time the sand will settle down and we can see two different phases of solution. Water on the upper side and in the downside is sand. So we can differentiate between the two components. That is why this mixture is called heterogeneous. Let's take one more example of oil and water. Suppose we put some oil on water, and oil always float on water. Then oil will come up, water will remain down, and we can also see two phases here and two components which we dissolve in water. That oil, we have dissolved oil in water, but oil do not dissolve completely in the water, whereas salt has dissolved completely in water and we cannot see the salt after dissolving it. So this was all about heterogeneous and homogeneous mixtures. Now we will see what are solutions. Solutions are obtained when we dissolve or put solute in the solvent. So we can also say that solute plus solvent is equals to solution. This is solution, and solution is a homogeneous mixture because solute is completely dissolving in solvent. Now what is solute and solvent? Let us take an example to understand it. Solvent is always present in larger amount, and on the other hand, solutes are present in low amount. Suppose there is a beaker full of water and we put some sugar. We put some sugar inside the water, and what will happen? Sugar will completely dissolve inside the water and we are not able to differentiate two phases of components, or we are not able to see two different components. So that is why these solutions are always homogeneous mixtures. Now, what are solute and solvent inside this solution? The water is solvent and the sugar is solute. But why? Water is present in a larger amount, and anything which we are dissolving in something or we are putting inside something is called solute. The object, the thing which we are going to dissolve in solvent is solute. जिसमें जा रहा है वो solvent है और जो solvent में जा रहा है वो solute है. Keep in mind, don't be confused between both the terms. Now properties of solution. We know what is solution. The mixture and the combination of solvent and solute is known as solution. Now there are four properties of solution. First is solution is a homogeneous mixture. This is homogeneous mixture. Second is the particles or the the molecules which are present in solution are very tiny, about 1 nanometer, which is literally very small. So its size is very small. Third one is that on the basis, only because of the very small size, the pathway of light is invisible. If we reflect, the light is unable to reflect from the solutions. And the fourth one is we cannot separate the solution by some physical properties. Third one was pathway or path of light is invisible. Fourth one was we cannot separate the components of this solution by physical activities. For example, filtration. By filtration, we can divide the heterogeneous mixtures. Only heterogeneous mixtures can be divided from the physical activities, but we cannot divide those components which are which makes a solution. Why? Because as I already told you that solutions are homogeneous mixture. Then in homogeneous mixture we cannot see two phases of components or two different components. So any physical activity will not lead to any change in this solution. So these four are the properties of solution which should be keep in mind. Now here comes an important part of the video, which is concentration of a solution. So concentration is amount percentage. We will always calculate the concentration in percentage. Now here there are various methods, or there are various ways to express the concentration of solution. But we are going to learn only 3 of them in this chapter, which are mass by mass, mass by volume, and volume by volume. These 3 are discussed in this chapter. Now let's take an example of mass by mass. The concentration. Now we are going to calculate the concentration for the solution. For example, here is given that solute and solvent. So solute and solvent are given. Suppose we have 20 grams of sugar in form of solute and 100 grams of water in form of solvent. The formula for calculating the concentration for the solution is solute upon solution into 100. This is the formula for calculating the concentration. Now, first we have to get the solution, and solution is obtained by adding both the solute and solvent. So it will be 100 plus 20, which is 120. Then we got the solution. Amount of solution is 20 grams. So solute was 20, grams, and this was 120 grams into 100. Now it will be the answer will be in points. It will be the answer will be 16.6 something percent. So the concentration of this solution will be 16.6 point something. So this is how we can calculate the concentration for any solution. Keep in mind, there can be directly given the solution, the amount of solution, or there will be similar to this question which I have written, that solute and solvent differently. Then first we have to add the both solute and solvent, then we will get the solution. And according to the formula, that the formula says that solute upon solution into 100 is the formula to calculating the concentration of solution. So this is how we can calculate each and every concentration for any solution. So that's it for today's video. I hope that you have liked this video. If you have learned something, then hit the like button, share with everyone, and please don't forget to comment below in the comment section. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you will be notified when any new video will upload on this channel. Thanks for watching.